little earlier than most days, but been missing in action for the last couple of days. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, I'm glad to be back. I felt out of whack. I'm just gonna be honest. We're trying to have a different form of morning than the most mornings I've been having lately. And this is part of my practices and rituals. Even if I don't come live, I'm still doing it. So just getting set up here. First, happy Wednesday, baby. And top of the morning, okay? So everybody who's been rocking with me, everybody who's just finding me, and everybody who keeps sneaking back in here acting like you weren't coming back to see me, welcome and welcome back. This is Goddess Divine Reflections. And today, baby, we are cooking and we're in the kitchen. All right? As you can see from the title, Gumbo Pot Taro. And most of you should know what gumbo is. But if you don't know, I'm going to kind of tell you today. This is going to be a different type of gumbo than most of you are used to. So, all of you know I hail from New Orleans, Louisiana. And we are very famous and very widely known for gumbo. A pot of mixed roux and meats and vegetables and seasonings and listen, a whole bunch of love thrown on in a pot, right? But it was once known or originated from a bunch of mess that they put all in and mixed together from the scrappings and the last of the pickings, however, of what was in the kitchen. And they made this very big dish to put over rice to make for the rest of the month or whatever ends they needed to meet, right? And this was for everybody in the house, everybody outside even. So just similar to the dish gumbo, we're going to have taro gumbo. Because for the first time ever, I am bringing you what I'm calling the gumbo pot taro. And if you've never been in Louisiana's kitchen before, let me explain something to you. Everything goes in the damn pot, okay? Your generals have already been served at the beginning of the month. Your love readings have already been served as well as your money, career, and wealth, right? Have already been served in the first 3 weeks of the month. But apparently Spirit has been standing in my kitchen for the last couple of weeks like, wait, I got one more thing to say. And one more thing, and one more thing, and another motherfucking thing. And I'm like, hold on. So instead of giving y'all 37 separate videos, we're throwing all these leftover downloads into one pot, okay? And baby, on today's menu, we got somebody going back to an ex, somebody traveling and possibly sneaking the fuck away, somebody riding around on E with money in their fucking pockets. Excuse my language, y'all know around here I cuss. But let me just show you before I finish telling y'all what's on the menu. This is my cleanse decks in this treasure chest. I can't even show y'all. Let me see if I can get it. The pot. This one here. Can y'all see it? The big box. Listen, I am going to give y'all the downloads that have been heralded all over. My plug must have came out. Hold on. Moving shit. Sorry, y'all. Okay, there we are. Let me make sure I got my view back. Okay, so these downloads wouldn't stop looming. And as much as I jotted them down for September, Spirit kept saying, no, now. So let me grab my deck as I finish telling y'all what's on the menu, which deck we're going for. I cleansed one of my favorite ones. Here it is. No, yep. So this is going to be an overall message for everybody collectively. Okay? Just to bless this pot, pray over this pot, and give positive, good energy to all 12 signs for the rest of this month of August and going into September. Despite what the messages may look like, despite what the downloads and um, cards say, we're going to bless this pot any damn way, okay? Because it's going to be filling, but it's also going to be guidance nonetheless. So let's finish telling y'all what's on the menu. All right, yeah. So back to these people who riding around on E with money in their pockets. Listen, guilty. I'm just saying, somebody trying to turn lust into love. Somebody with a poker face who's lonely as hell, trying to play like they happy. Somebody mixing romance with management percentages. Somebody fighting everybody except the person they're actually mad at and supposed to be fighting. I can't wait to see who that is too, because I already forgot. Somebody who needs to read the fucking room and can't read it. Somebody who apparently thinks somebody owes them something when it's them owing somebody else. Can't wait for that tea. And then somebody with too many damn options. Ooh, I wish that was me. Although sometimes people might think you have something, you don't. But somebody whose birthday may have been a little more solitary than they let on. And apparently somebody may be thinking about upgrading the title. Who titles? What titles? Oh, baby, I don't know. That's why we're cooking, okay? And I'm not telling you which sign is doing what yet either. So sit down, get your bowl, bring your drink, because it's BYOB, baby. We only got Kool-Aid over here, okay? So if you want some high sugar diabetes filled Kool-Aid every once in a while, don't bring your drink. We got you. All right? So how the gumbo pot works. These are all the messages that kept dropping after your August general love and money, career, and wealth readings. If you have not checked those out, those all are titled by sign individually, so they won't be all in one mix. So you can go and check those out if anything resonates. If this is your first time here, okay? So some signs kept talking and talking and talking, and then some signs gave me one sentence and walked the fuck away. Sometimes Spirit apparently looked at y'all and said, "I already told y'all what y'all needed to know. So what else y'all want?" And then some people weren't even looking for no messages because they knew what we said was enough, if they got them yet. So if you're here and you haven't gotten those messages and you're one of those signs that don't have much that's downloaded, Spirit's going to tell you, go check out X, Y, and Z, whichever ones is more important this month, okay? So everybody's not getting the exact same amount of time. I'm not stretching a 3-minute message into 15 minutes just because somebody else's sign had a whole damn dissertation, all right? But if you have a download, we're reading the download and pulling cards. If you don't have an additional download, I'm going to tell you exactly that. Point you back toward whichever August reading carries your strongest message and pull past present and future energy for August. Okay? All right. So that's it. That's all. This will probably be at least an hour because we're covering all 12 signs. So please feel free to fast forward to your sign. Hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have timestamps added so you can click directly where you need to go. But if you're nosy like me, stay in the kitchen. One more thing before we start. The order today is based on how you guys have been performing across TikTok and YouTube around the middle of the month, all the way for about the last month, since the middle of last month, actually, into this month, but for most of all, August energy. So yes, I'm telling y'all where you're ranked. I'm giving flowers where flowers are due. And if your sign is mad because you're sitting at number 11, well, boo-boo, get your stuff up. Whatever this stuff is, you'll find out soon. So tell your people to come watch the damn videos next month, okay? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, because this gumbo pop counts too. All right, aprons on, get the roux going. Let's start mixing this motherfucking pot. Number 1 up, Sagittarius at timestamp 9:27. We can timestamp them there. All right, listen, cards talking too. And this was hold on. Let me give you the downloads first. Because first of all, y'all won, okay? Across TikTok and YouTube. Sagittarius came through. Y'all were first performance, excellent, excellent, excellent. For YouTube, y'all were very strong. Overall, y'all were the powerhouse that led my readings this month. So y'all get the first bowl out of the pot. And I thank you for watching, engaging, coming back, and apparently telling your Sagittarius cousins to pull the fuck up too. So thank you. Now let's see why Spirit wasn't quite finished with you. So y'all did have some raw downloads, and the first message that came out was, you rushed us. And that's what I got like as soon as your reading ended. I'm like, well, damn. I don't even remember how long it was, and I want to say it was after the general. Okay, so maybe I rushed the reading, but that's the message, Sagittarius. Something from your previous reading may have moved too quickly. Maybe I rushed the message. Maybe you rushed something. Maybe somebody rushed you. Okay, maybe everybody was moving so damn fast nobody had time to figure out what actually happened. So today we're asking, what did we rush past? What didn't Sagittarius fully process? What deserves another look? Did you rush love, money, career, travel, and or opportunity? Wow. Or a person. Listen, what we ain't gonna do is all that. Okay. So, and remember Sagittarius already had opportunity, career, energy around them. So I still want to know, were you chasing one opportunity so hard that you missed another one standing right beside you? Okay, so let's pull. Well, we already did, but the Strength, Three of Wands, and Five of Pentacles, and all this mess tried to come up. We might read it. So these two were fighting to come out. The Strength and the Three of Wands. The Strength card is perseverance, courage, taming the beast, resilience, compassion, bravery, inner power. This is gaining confidence, expansion, foresight, momentum, looking ahead, facing your fears, not holding back. So yes, those fought to come out because um, they're one and the same. One stands still, however, right? Resilience, compassion, bravery, inner power, courage, strength. Not necessarily, but most people automatically suspect that you would be standing still when it comes to strength. No, this Three of Wands fought to come out because the gaining of confidence and the expansion and the foresight, forward moving, facing your fears, not holding back. Okay, this could be a subliminal message, but when it comes up with my wands, it's action. So with the Five of Pentacles, though, it may be because of lack of funds, you're not able to go. There was a big message about travel with you guys, or moving, or movement. Loss, left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, unemployment, disgrace, hardship, loss, isolation, struggles, unable to recover. What kind of loss is this? Because they said lost 2 or 3 times in this damn card. And I want to say y'all got this twice. Didn't y'all get this in your general career money? Well, I don't know. You're going to have to check it out. But if you've been watching and you're Sagittarius and this has been something that repeated itself, please go and look at that message again because this is significant. Maybe a lot of you aren't traveling because of the lack of funds, lack of resources, lack of whatever. But this is saying there's something that happened maybe coming into the month of August or in the month of August that you were not or currently are not able to recover from. And so these are the cards that wanted to come out. Five of Cups in the reverse, which is loss, grief, again, break up. But this was blocked. But that wanted to. There's already loss. So I don't know if you're blocking the loss but there's sadness, mourning, feeling let down, not seeing possibility of love, focused on failure. I don't know if there's someone past, but mental entrapment, restricted, helpless, illusions, dismissed, powerless, imprisonment, suffocated. Oh my God, I hope none of y'all went to jail. Protective, security, ambitious, kind, abundant, provider, sensual, reliable, businessman. Something to do with the father or father figure. Some type of judgment, renewal, awakening, reflection, wake up call, second chance, return. But this did not come out. These are all the things. This is around a relationship potentially, a unified partnership, mutual attraction, dating, close bonds, connection, mutual respect. But why did the Tower moment and the Sun come out? I can't even remember which one came out first. Slow and steady, hardworking. This, I'm not going to take that for what it is, if any of that resonates, but I'm going to pull 2 to 3 more clarifying cards before we move forward. Only because you guys, because it's only supposed to be 3, are my number one sign. And I want to see what you guys have to say and clarify these things before we move to the next one. Okay? Y'all making me hungry. And I took a little snack on before doing this, so what's up? Didn't look all good. Looked worse than the original message. I don't know if there's some fair warnings in regards to some potential entrapments with a potential relationship. One that might be looking like it's all glitter and gold, but it may not be. Can't remember what your love messages were either, but I remember a lot about travel. Could be a hindrance with travel right now due to finances, but this loss that has come up, this is telling me there could be an even more severe loss if you haven't already lost something. That's you haven't experienced it, you're either experiencing it or about to, which is why Spirit wanted to come and tell you this before September. Thank you, Spirit, for 2 cards. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of the Chariot. New opportunities, abundance, prosperity, manifestation, security, stability, new job offer, wealth, and fertility. Success, movement forward, determination, positivity, willpower, self-control, focus, take action, and love. Okay, listen. This looks like there has been some hesitations with a potential relationship. There could be even thoughts of moving or transitioning. For some of you, it's telling you that's where the success is, not necessarily a relationship and the move in itself and the transitioning. But then there are going to be some of you, there is this relationship that does this to you. Make you lose, make you, you know what I'm saying? Because you get off track and get off balance. Okay? But check out your love reading to get more clarification, Sagittarius. Check out your career, money, and wealth. But travel has been very consistent throughout your readings. Okay? So that is your gumbo pot. That's your bowl of gumbo today. So let's move on to number 2. Guess who it is? Let me clean this space. What is the timestamp? No. Let me get my glasses. Let me do that. Hold on. Because your girl be struggling when it's on these laptops and computers. All right, we on timestamp Sagittarius to end at 16. I think it was 40. Yeah, it was 16, like 45, 48, or maybe 50. And we're going to start Libra at 17:10. Or whatever. We can keep the timestamp as the same. Sagittarius 16:50. Libra start at 16:50. Whatever you want to do, but whatever's easiest. But I'm going to come back through and my mind will remember numbers. Okay, so let's clear the space for Libra to come through, because Libra, engagement monsters. Y'all came in at number 2. Number 2, TikTok, excellent, excellent, excellent engagement. YouTube, very, very, very strong depth in all of your videos. Well, most of them. I'm going to say that it took you guys all the way up to number 2. So thank you. Thank you. But look, overall, the engagement monsters for August. Y'all might not always be the loudest crowd. I don't know how. But when Libra shows up, Libra participates. And I appreciate that. All right. Now, y'all didn't have no downloads, which is why I think y'all showed up and came through, because the way y'all went through those TikTok readings and the general love and career readings, that must have been it. That must have been all you guys needed. So we're still going to pull a past, present, and future card for the rest of this month, August, because obviously, good morning, hi. Obviously, you guys are good with what you got, so check those out, Libra. But because you guys came up number 2, I can't pass you up without giving you some kind of pull. So past, present, future, Spirit, give me 3 cards for Libra. Now, here's the funny part. Spirit ain't told me shit else about y'all, and that's okay, because apparently we must have gave y'all messages in the general love and the money and career already. So your stronger earlier themes were about love, words of affection, praise, compliments, love language, and whether repeated words still feel sincere or start sounding rehearsed as hell to somebody else. Money, y'all were the top negotiators. They said if you want somebody to negotiate, get a Libra to do it. And I was like, wow, the biggest bargaining people in the game, right? But the problem with that was not that always you guys were successful in it. There was this bargaining thing where it's like a rush that you get just to bargain, even if it ended bad in times. And I think that's just the dark side. You know how they say your gift is your curse as well? Right. So pushing the deal. So they say need a negotiator, get a Libra to do it. Did my card flip? Y'all are trying to hide this future. So right now, Spirit feels like you already have everything you need. I'm pulling 3 cards, past, present, and the future don't want to come out, but we're going to pull it. We're going to get it. If something fresh jumps out, we'll take it. Otherwise, baby, go eat the plate I already served you. Okay? So your gumbo pot or bowl out of the pot today is Eight of Wands. Am I shocked? Not at all. Five of Wands. A lot of movement. Eight of Wands is fast movement, communication coming in, progress, sudden changes, things happening, quick decisions, choosing destination. The Five of Wands is aggression, conflict, tension, rivals, curse, competition, ego, clashing, arguments, turmoils, destruction. We got to see what the hell this future gonna say because who's starting this anyway? Like, what the hell? What did I tell y'all in the earlier part? That negotiation could get y'all in trouble. Like, sometimes you might need to let up. You might be very aggressive with it, or this could be what you're dealing with this month, right? Maybe you found a rival. Maybe this could be. I have had a lot of sign versus sign kind of energy, so that could be significant. But let's see what your future card shows and how the rest of everything goes. I don't find that now. Some of you might have somebody trying to put a curse on you, or um, that may appear to be a little bit more competitive, or see you as such. You might be moving so fast you don't even see it, Libra. So hint, hint, pay attention. There could be even more arguments at this time. So watch it. You first and foremost because there's an aggression energy around things. You may be taken a different kind of way than you need to be taken at this time, but nonetheless, a lot of rival and tension and conflict. Where is the future card at? Oh, y'all. Thank you, Spirit. Leader, ego, taking control, making bold decisions. Here you go. You took the wheel. I know that. I'm gonna pull a clarifier because ladies, man, taking the lead in love. So I don't know if this is okay. Love, that might be fine because that's the one where it was words of affection and maybe they need more action because this is nothing but actions in the cards. Eight of Wands, Five of Wands, King of Wands, and that may be very necessary for Libra this month. You have the love language down of words of affection, and some people or some persons had when it came to the love sector, right? This energy around is he serious? Is she serious? Or is this some bullshit? So your actions may be what you're doing this month. You're being more aggressive. You're being more assertive, and that could be okay. Could it cause conflicts? Could it cause some, tension? Potentially, right? But the King of Wands energy in the future says this is fine when it comes to love. This person needs this. They need this leader. They need this taking control. But can you consume this? Can you be consistent with it? Because that's not your natural love language. All right. Now, Libra, on the other end, this may be who you need and what you're looking for. But when it comes to money and the negotiation piece, this might be, I don't know. All right. So I'm going to pull one clarifying card on the career part because in love, I find it might be fine, right? Depending on who it is. The only sign that came up this time is it could be a Leo or Sagittarius, maybe even an Aries. Page of Cups. Be open to new ideas, intuitive inspiration, awe and wonder, young love, chasing your dreams, follow your calling. So if it resonates with your calling, take the lead, take the wheel. I'm all for it, right? But if it doesn't, pump your brakes. You might need to take some ideas and energy from maybe this fire sign. All right. So that is your gumbo pot or gumbo bowl, Libra. Thank you for showing up this month. Next, we're going to move on to drum roll. Let me clear this space because we're stirring up the pot of gumbo, and we want to know who would have been number 3 in all my rankings this month. Who do y'all think? Who showed up? I was very shocked at this. Listen, and I think especially going on to TikTok, you guys check me out on TikTok. We have got a lot, and this is just that era of TikTok just taking the ranks. I only post little clips from the videos you guys have already seen. So, but people don't stay for the whole video, which is why I clip from there and post on TikTok so you'll get the gist of things. But Taurus, you guys showed fuck up as number 3 this month. I was like, what? Overall, TikTok, you guys were very, very strong. YouTube, excellent. Okay. And specifically, YouTube discovery leaders. So Taurus has been helping new people find the kitchen. Okay. Helping find God as divine reflection. Hey, Google, stop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, keep doing that shit, okay? Keep passing it on. Keep sharing. Keep liking. Keep commenting. Keep being involved. All right? Thank you, guys. All right? Now keep doing that stuff. Now, there were only 2 signs this month that did not have any additional downloads. And obviously, being in the top 3, y'all got what y'all needed in the general's love, career, and money and wealth readings. And I was like, okay, baby. I forgot the timestamp Libra. Taurus. Dang. I'll go back and look at them. But anyway, if y'all want to help me timestamp in the chat, I'd appreciate it. But who's that down there? Hey, can I ask a question? Sure. Put your question in. If I get back to it, no, I will, since I've seen it before the reading ends. And at the end of the reading, you can come back and funnel through, and I'll pull you a few cards in whatever you ask. Okay? Hopefully you got this message, because I don't see anybody watching presently, but I see people in and out. But I'm going to put yes in the, so you'll know. So yes, no downloads, Libra. Who am I on? Yeah, Taurus. Why did I say Libra? Because it came up in your reading. And just like Libra, yeah, Taurus, I really think Spirit said I already told them everything. Because y'all already you know how to get rid of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a relationship or it is something else, but that was in your generals. I think it came up in love too, so it could be a person. But y'all also had money coming from different buckets. Where the hell does all your money come from? People questioning, all right? And love is getting sticky as fuck. So could be some problems there. But there's also this energy of you being very quiet on the creek and the lights being out. Baby, you have been fed, okay? So I don't think there was much else to say. So guys, we must have gave all your messages in general love, money, and career. You may want to go check those out. And as far as right now, Spirit feels you have everything. These 3 cards we're going to pull is just going to be past, present, and future energy, moving from now until September. So let's see what the cards want to say. And then we're going to move on. But again, thank you for being very seen across my TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms. I'm not on Instagram just yet, which I am on there, but I haven't been posting. I'm going to get back to it. But I like to use that one more for private readings. But we'll see. As far as private readings, we're not doing any of those yet. I will announce what we will, because we're going to run a special. Because we're offering some new stuff. Yes, guys. Stay tuned. I'll probably mention at the end if I have time on what that looks like. But let's see. Taurus. Oh, you pulled 4, but it's all right. So, Taurus, you got the star. Healing, faith, truth, hope, inspiration, inner beauty, money, luck, balance. Ooh. That's the past, though. Okay? In the present, 5 of Wands. Aggression, conflict, tension. Are you fighting with Libra and that's why they came up in y'all sheet? Are you dealing with a Libra? Because competition, ego, clashing, arguments, turmoils, destruction. And the future says 6 of Wands and the Emperor, to clarify. Like they say, we want to bring this out together. So if you've come from some good times into some bad presently, some rough, especially with shit getting sticky in love, 6 of Wands saying that in the future there will be some success, victory, and truth, but winning nonetheless. Coming out on top, recognition, leadership, pride, praise, rewards, triumph. That's some good shit. With the Emperor, to clarify, stability, authority, control, protection, discipline. Your father might get involved in this. I don't know what this is. If this is just about money, success, career, and wealth, this could be significant and good. But it could be just father figure nonetheless. But structure, divine masculine energy. So what is this, Taurus? I would love to dig a little further, but that was your clarifier. So we're going to go with that. Like I said, you got a lot in your generals and your other readings, so check those out. So let's go ahead and move on. Who do you think is number 4? We can finally timestamp. Taurus ended at 29 minutes and 25 seconds. We're going to start Virgo at 29:30. Let me clear the space though. Virgos. Welcome to the kitchen. We are cooking up a gumbo pot. A pot of gumbo tarot today. That's what we're going to have about mid-month of every month after we've done all the readings, general love and or career, money, and wealth. But what we find is there's these extra downloads and additional information that's still needed, but not quite ready or necessary for the next month. So here we are in the kitchen cooking up a gumbo pot of taro, and each one of you get to get a bowl. Whether you got downloads or not, your bowl might be smaller. You might just want to taste a little sip, but then some of you guys are coming back for seconds. Hence why we're here in the kitchen. Okay. So Virgo's very reliable audience. Virgo came in at number 4. TikTok, excellent, excellent, excellent. YouTube, very solid. Overall, very reliable audience. And I'm so happy for you guys. And thank you for being here. Virgo, you may not have always been screaming in the comments, but y'all showed up. And consistency matters. Downloads, of course, there were raw downloads that came out. Couldn't miss out on that. If y'all see me wiping, I'm wiping some of this ash. I like to have a neat table. I have my wipes around here. So somebody feels like you feel like they owe you something. Or is that you? Ooh, the tea. That was one of the first downloads that came up. I don't know if it was right after your reading but when y'all came back to mine, it was like, oh, that's what's up. Somebody feel like they owe you something. Or do you feel like somebody owe you something? Listen carefully. I did not say they owe you something. I said somebody feels like you feel like they owe you something. You got it? Get it? Got it? Good. Like my mom used to say. Then came, you always got your hand out. And here's what makes this interesting. Some of y'all make really good money too. So why does somebody around Virgo feel like you make good money and still think I should be giving you something? Is this your husband or your significant other? Listen, who strength card starting out, but could this be a parent, a partner, family, somebody who historically helped you? Could this just be gifts, financial resources, time, emotional support, something previously promised? Or Virgo may not feel entitled at all. This could be somebody else's resentment. That's why we're pulling these cards. Because I need to know, do you actually think somebody owes you or do they think they owe you? And Virgo season also came in talking about here I come. So boo, you probably don't even get it or see it and ain't reading the room. Although that wasn't y'all's message, this could be you entangled in some shit like that. So let's see what the hell is arriving. Okay. So the strength card came out in your past. Perseverance, courage, strength, confidence, taming the beast, resilience, compassion, bravery, inner peace. But why is loss, grief, breakup, sadness, mourning, feeling let down, not seeing possibility of love, and focus on failure in the present? What was your love reading about? Oh, could they be saying this? Interesting. And maybe y'all have come to a point in the point of August and saying, maybe y'all are questioning the relationship. I think I warned y'all about this either in the general or the love reading. But your outcome is Nine of Pentacles. You harness your energy. You are okay with being independent first and foremost, Virgo. That's one thing. Freedom to be yourself, nonetheless. So maybe freedom from this relationship is necessary for some of you, but success, nonetheless, is guaranteed. Maybe there has been, because what were we talking about with money, finance? Oh, so they said you have money. Maybe somebody has had their hand out to you because you've had an advancement or started winning in that area, right? And so now somebody feels like you owe you something. You owe them something. Could be this partner or could be someone else. But you're looking at it back like, this is my winnings. And I give to who I give to. And that doesn't mean it has to be you just because we're in a relationship. Ew. But if this is not a relationship, there are some people who, and you may have to end these friendships, maybe even walking away from some family members because of this. Because of your success, they feel like that you should be bringing them along with them. You should give them a role in your company. Something is being required from them. And they're not even a person bringing in the finances or bringing in these wins when it comes to the career, wealth, and money aspect. But they feel like you owe them something. Oh, wow, Virgo. Interesting. Interesting. So let's go ahead and say that that's your message for the month. So be wary of that, okay? Virgos, your timestamp is at 35 minutes. Let's go ahead and clear the space. And who do we have next to come out? We are in the kitchen, guys, this mid-month, cooking up a pot of gumbo with all the leftover meditations, downloads, and reads that came through after we posted your generals, love, and money, wealth, career readings. So whatever comes out, that's what we're serving. Whether you want just a taste or a full bowl, some of y'all have come back for full seconds. Hence the fact that we're having this reading. Okay, but this is something we're going to generally do. Everybody didn't want to. Did not have downloads or extras to come up. I think we had two this month that was good with what they had already. They had their generals, money, love, and that was enough. All right, but Spirit still gave them a little extra. You know what they call that? How do they say? What do they call it? One of my decks tell you about it. Can't even remember it now. So Scorpio timestamp at 36 minutes. Live in community powerhouse. Scorpios, you came in at number 5 through all my platforms, both TikTok and YouTube. TikTok, you had moderate participation, but YouTube, y'all had excellent engagement. And that's the important part because Scorpio has been showing the depth that matters more than raw reach. Y'all are my live community powerhouse. When Scorpio comes in, apparently Scorpio stays and listens. And to me, baby, Spirit has some shit to say about why. Okay? Y'all had a very strong, raw download. Why does everybody keep getting the same cards? Interesting. You suckers are lonely as hell right now, but that's not what you're trying to make the world see. Okay? Like you're wearing a poker face right now, Scorpio, and you are lonely as hell. Lonely as a mother is what Spirit said. And then Spirit took the low road. Touching on your damn self ain't even working. I say, whoa, oh my God. Listen, Scorpio can look fine, sexy, busy, detached, unbothered, independent, and self-sufficient and still be lonely as fuck. That connects directly back to you need to feel again. And I don't know if that was your generals or your love reading, but that was the message. Okay? Because apparently some of y'all have been trying to convince yourselves, I'm good. Baby, Spirit said, no, you're not. So also sitting around Scorpio are exes, deeper conversations with exes. Not all of them are bad. All right. Y'all also had some travel messages that came out, movement, not bored, not complacent, but not satisfied. Okay. And then there's this behind the scenes business middleman archetype from the money reading. So, Scorpio, what exactly are you missing? A person, affection, sex, emotional intimacy, or connection? Or just somebody sitting on the couch annoying the fuck out of you again? So let's pull the cards and see, because we got your past, we got your present. Let's see what your future says. All right, because you guys did want a little bit more extra from the gumbo pot. Okay, so in the past, you have the Three of Wands. Hmm. Gaining confidence, expansion, foresight, momentum, looking ahead, facing your fears, not holding back. This is your past energy. So maybe there was a lack of confidence at one point. Maybe there was some stagnation. But in the past, there has been this expansion started. In the present, there is this Two of Pentacles energy. So there is this, I don't know if it's a relationship focus, but more than a balancing required. Or maybe that's what you're focused on. But the stability part, potential juggling, grounding, and flexibility is what surrounds this card. Mind and emotions, not mind over emotions or the latter, but making a decision of some kind. All right, but it will deal with someone else and or involve another. So let's see what your future says because this could be go two ways. This could go in regards to your money, but also love. But I think they're intertwined some kind of way. I don't know if you guys had a relationship that was intertwined with your work life. I can't remember that. But I will say this. More or less, you are so focused on the money in the career, that could be why you've been losing out when it comes to the relationships. Now, we want to pull one card for the future, and you pulled 4, and I'm going to take them because that's what I would have done anyway for clarifiers. So on the top of this is mental entrapment in your future, trapped, restricted, helpless, illusions, victimized, powerless, imprisonment, suffocated, smothered. Is that someone you get into a relationship with? Or is this just what happens because you don't take the advice and get this balance? Balance is not always about somebody else. It can only be about self first. I always say that before you can get with someone else. Okay. So, but what was behind this was the Eight of Pentacles: skillful, dedication, commitment, quality, putting effort in, high standards, right? Accomplishments, taking your time with the Five of Pentacles. So it's like you have this back and forth energy where you start to progress and then you revert. And I don't even think it's a revert more than there becomes to be some stagnation to the point where the progression is not enough for you. But because there's then some loss left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, unemployment, disgrace, hardship, loss, isolation, struggles, unable to recover, and then the Justice card. Karma, consequences, accountability, law, truth, honesty, integrity, jail. Sagittarius had this. Are you dealing with something in regards to them? Because this was some of the same similar energy. And I can see why you guys are in the top 5 and or 6 with additional messages, because it looks like there are some warnings potentially when it comes to legal matters, right? This is personal messages. This is not for everybody. Because when I see justice and the entrapment card, that gives me jail. So there's a threat for that in the future. When it comes to maybe something you do with work, was that y'all who I said you need to be cautious? Or was that Scorpio or was that Taurus? Or was that Sagittarius? It was dealing with a Sagittarius. So if you're dealing with a Sagittarius with something with business, please go and dot your I's, cross your T's, and get a second opinion. Get a legal eyes on it, because if you don't, there's potential for some type of jail time or jail-like involvement if you go through with this business with a potential Sagittarius. All right, Taurus? Listen, y'all confusing me when the others start being involved, but I don't, and maybe a Libra as well, okay? But that's individual. That's not for everybody, but this does look like a loss, feeling left out, some type of hardship coming from this in the future. So hence, heed your warnings. All right, so let's cleanse this energy and move on to number 6. Because gosh, Lee, 42 minutes and 38 seconds. I knew this was going to be about an hour and a half with all 12 signs. So let's move on to who's number 6. Who came up at the end of my first top 12 signs? Drum roll, please, because I was shocked, and I am just shocked at all the rankings. But that's all right. When I brought in TikTok, that did something different to my views and my audience and who watches, the different platforms. But that's okay, because this is a gumbo pot tarot. We're in the kitchen cooking up what's left over and what meditation downloads and cards that you needed beyond your generals, career, wealth, and love reading. That's already been posted this month, okay? So up in number 6 is Pisces at 43 minutes. I don't know what the other timestamp was. I'll go back and look at it. But Pisces, strong cross-platform contender. As you can see, coming up right in the middle, you came in at number 6. TikTok, real good. YouTube, excellent reach, okay? Overall, strong across both platforms. So y'all are right in the middle of this race with the potential to jump. And I apparently am very happy for this. And apparently Spirit brought y'all back because there's more mess. Okay? Y'all had a raw download for sure. Y'all are another one that want to do a double couple, double dipping duo type shit when it came to the love reading. Hold on, let me get some water, because I was like, hold on. And although that was not discovered initially when I started your generals, your loves, and your readings, Pisces, I said, OMG. And guess who y'all archetype chose to be for this month? The 2 Pisces that chose to represent y'all were, drum roll please, because she requires all the fucking this, and I don't know why, because that's the kind of knock she gonna get. Clarissa and Papoose are the double duo Pisces that I discovered in doing the tarot this month, and they came in my forefront, especially with all the stuff in the news. And I kept saying, he is giving. And I think at one point I mentioned him in Taurus's reading by accident because I got it mixed up with Cam Newton. But he's actually a Pisces. He's March 5th, she's March 17th. And I was like, interesting. This dynamic takes a different turn, right? So the Pisces archetype for YouTube bitches was Papoose and Clarissa. And then didn't see that on my bingo fucking card list for this fucking 2026. Was them two. Okay. Now the theme was romance with a percentage. That ain't what your title was for love, but it should have been. Because Pisces already had that money reading about talent, management, middleman, percentages, contracts, emotional access, and financial access. Okay. And now Spirit keeps circling us back around to when does a relationship become a business arrangement? Or when does a business arrangement start dressing itself up like a love story? Pisces, you choose. We're not making factual claims about anybody used as an archetype. We're asking Pisces collectively, is this love, is this business, or is this both? And can it be? Is somebody financially benefiting regardless of whether the romance survives Pisces this month? Does somebody have emotional access because they also have management, business access, or a working relationship with you, like a boss worker relationship? See, that's why that shit is sticky. Y'all didn't have a sticky title, but listen, it can be. Is somebody getting paid on the front end, back end, and everywhere in between of your money? And you know about some of it, but might not know about all of it. Interesting. Who actually benefits from your talent? Okay? So Pisces, let's look at the paperwork and the pillow talk and pull these cards. So for the past energy, we got Six of Cups. Innocence, nostalgia, memories, children, fantasy, past, imagination, purity, and past love. So in the past, you may have went down memory lane. You, first of all, this child energy or childlike innocence energy is very significant because you may have been going down to address some childhood traumas, childhood things, and in that moment of doing so, you got this present energy. Ain't this some shit? Love can't be rushed, but it came rushing in. I think that you have been faced with a relationship, Pisces, currently, that has required what this card is saying: sacrifice, uncertainty, lack of direction, perspective, contemplation, and stepping back. Interesting. Look how the cards connect to your downloads. So let's see what your future card says, because there appears to be this high context over your love life, right? But bringing it back to relationships as well. Okay. So what is the future energy for Pisces dealing with either situation, but collectively the devil. And I, like you guys, sometimes intently say the devil is the bad card, but when I see it, it depends on your choices all the time, because this could be an obsession, anxiety, soul tie, dependency, excessive, limitation, chained up, addictions, becoming less human. If this was in regards to your spiritual life or something of that matter, I would say good. You need this, right? That balance, that the anxiety, becoming less human, depending on God, depending on your spirituality. But when it comes in terms of a person, hold on, not so much, unless it's healthy. But when the devil comes up, most times that's not the case because it has obsession along with it. And why is there anxiety? Which is why I pull a clarifier. Okay. The bottom of the deck was Nine of Pentacles: independent, freedom to be yourself, success, self-sufficiency, movement, security, rewarded, efforts, achievements, confidence. You are very confident when it is you by yourself. Nonetheless, if this relationship is bringing you anxiety, that's already your red flag. The card's red. Okay, what else you need? Now, if this is an entanglement with money, like we said at the beginning, the pillow talk crossed up with the paperwork doesn't look promising. All right, one clarifying card, and then we're going to move on to the next sign because Pisces trying to give a whole nother full reading. Ace of Pentacles. Independence. There may be, and this is a collective reading, so every person's story is going to be different. I would book a private reading with someone to get more clarification if this is starting to say hint, hint. But check out your love, check out your general, and if things are all through those readings connected, you don't need to get another reading from nobody, baby. That's like, what? You came here for a reading. New opportunities, abundance, prosperity, manifestation, security, stability, new job offer, wealth, and fertility. Heavy on the fertility, all right? Aces are independence, so let's start there. So don't get caught up with this obsession and this man gets you connected by baby only to get connected and stay in your money. Look who the archetype was for your reading. If it's that energy, is giving that energy, we're gonna have a baby next year. Next year been being said since last year, and I found out she got 2 fights in 2027. What year is she talking about? What do they call them? I keep saying compulsive liar, but I feel like it's something else for that person who don't even know when they're lying, or their truth is so distorted, right, that they can't even discern a lie from facts anymore. Can you predict for me? Can you predict for me? You got to ask the question. Predict what? Let me put. If you post a question before I end the live, then I will do it at the end. All right, I'll come back and put it in a separate reading. All right, so that is Pisces reading. Very interesting, I would say. So we're moving on to the next sign. Who came up next? We're at timestamp 51 minutes to close Pisces and then enter in Aries. Aries was my TikTok stronger. Y'all was stronger on TikTok than Reach. Aries comes in at number 7. TikTok good, YouTube moderate. Okay, your engagement on TikTok is stronger than your overall reach right now. So Aries people who are finding the content seem to be connecting. We just need more of y'all asses to find it. All right. Now, y'all had downloads, of course. Definitely had raw downloads after we finished the general love and career reading. So check those out, especially if this part starts to resonate. So, Aries came through with feeling sorry. Let me get a sip of my water because now I'm starting to remember what this was. I didn't like the energy. I did not like the energy at all because it was a very strong feeling sorry energy. And so I questioned it and it was like feeling sorry for yourself. But another group may be feeling sorry for somebody else. And this feels like all of this energy trying to follow you into September. I'm not automatically calling it victim mentality, but it could be guilt, compassion, regret, self-pity, disappointment, feeling responsible for somebody, staying because you feel bad, somebody feeling sorry for you. But Spirit needs to clarify something. Why is pity involved at all? I don't know why this came out reversed, but I got to keep it. And this one tried. So why is pity involved at all? Because Aries, you cannot build a whole life decision around, but I feel bad. That's what kept coming out. But I feel bad. And I'm like, why? It was just this overall depressed energy. And it was just like, ew. Okay? Choices nonetheless, but that's in the future. So in the past, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Out of 78 cards, y'all keep pulling the same couple cards in different positions. Reverse, not reverse, to the side. And Two of Pentacles, your past card, Aries. Stability, balancing, juggling, grounding, flexibility, mind and emotions, making a decision. So in the past, that was blocked. Or something started to block your stability, your balancing, your grounding, and your flexibility. What started to block this? But it's like you had to make a decision, but you didn't. Let's move on and see. Spirit wanted me to turn that back over, but we're going to turn it back the right way and in the position it wants to be. Because the devil, didn't I just say y'all keep pulling the same cards? And who we just did? Was that Aries? Who is this? This is Aries. Who was that just now? Pisces? Yes, they had this card. Aries, you wanted to put this in reverse, which would have been probably a good thing, depending upon what this is about. Because feeling sorry for yourself, we definitely want to get this anxiety blocked, right? So, the obsession, anxiety, soul ties is probably why the decision wasn't made in the past. And you're still uncertain if you want to block that, which would be the obsession and anxiety, or let this come out. Because in this point, having this obsession, anxiety, or soul tie is not a good thing. All right? You want to block this and have this straightforward. Make the decision to block the obsession. Don't block the decision to stay obsessed and have this anxiety and stay soul tied to this person. It's tied to addictions. You feel limited. It's excessive. It's dependent. This is why you have no balance. But what's your future? Success. Movement forward, determination, positivity, willpower, self-control, focus, taking action, and love. Some people are going to make choices, but not everybody. And I don't think that needs clarification because there are going to be some of you who make the decision and some of you who don't. It's still action and love, right? But success nonetheless. Now, maybe some of you go to counseling and get rid of the obsessions, the addictions, because maybe there's an addiction connection there. I don't know. But we're going to clear that off the table because y'all take y'all gumbo pot bowl. Y'all go wash it at y'all house. Because I don't even want to wash y'all bowl out. Y'all going to do that shit in my drain. And I don't want no anxiety, obsessions, and addictions over here, okay? So while we're cleansing this space, let me timestamp that. 55 minutes and 42 seconds is where Aries ends and Aquarius begins. Why would we come after? Interesting. Aquarius, I'm shocked as hell that y'all are number 8 at 55 minutes and 55 seconds. Timestamp that. Okay? 55. Y'all are an hour into Aquarius. Now, I know it looks like if you're just new here that I just started, right? No. And at some point in the next couple of weeks, I am going to start to release some of my old videos because I wouldn't have this type of following with just August readings, right? And I say this type of following because I can go live. Most people can't go live. And that's because you have to have a certain amount. I was old here, renamed, and if most of you recognize the voice, the concept, I once was called Therapeutic Intuitive Tarot and Oracle Reading. Okay? Most recently changed to Goddess Divine Reflections, more currently. We've come back, we've rebrand, and it's been, as I've noticed doing my research, going on 10 years. We're in year 9 as of this month. It's our anniversary of doing tarot, but 10 years officially offline. I started for a year outside for myself and just personally. And then after a year of being confident that, I just wanted to share this as like what I thought was a journal, didn't think and expect nobody to come and watch, is where I built the beginning of this channel. Okay. And guess who was the bulk of my people? Aquarius. And that's what I meant to say or read or tell, that when I post a lot of these readings, they're going to be Aquarius readings because they got me monetized at some point years ago. So where are y'all at? Y'all not showing up for your girl no more. But Aquarius, y'all's energy was small but sticky in a good way. Aquarius came in at number 8. TikTok, very moderate involvement. YouTube, good retention, which is why I know y'all are still here. Okay? And we resonate with each other. Because I'm an Aquarius, if y'all have not guessed by now. All right? And that's exactly what I mean when I say small but sticky. It may not be the biggest Aquarius crowd yet, but once Aquarius sits down, Aquarius apparently keeps watching. And I want to thank y'all. All right? Now, Spirit got on our ass. Let me just say that. We definitely had raw downloads. Of course. You better stop fucking riding on E, even when you got money in your fucking pockets. I've said, oh, is that for just me? Listen. I was told, because it came through so many times that I'm like, I must need to share this. So there you go. That is the quote. And E means empty, bitch. Literal gas tank imagery. You got money, you can buy gas, but for some reason you're still riding on E. And then I got this image because when I'm at work, I'm in some very rural areas where, first and foremost, look, Spirit trying to talk to me and yell at me now. You shouldn't be going in those areas. You should fill up in the morning. I'm getting this energy of you should be filling up on a more responsible basis. You know the type of work you do. If you're going in rural areas, why would you go there with a fourth tank of gas? Got to drive an hour. You get out there and they got a gas tank 30 minutes away, and you praying to get there. Then I got, what is it? What is it? Say it. What is it when you, I can't even say it. What is it when you do the electricity? Damn, Tesla. Tesla came to mind. Electricity. It's not everywhere. And I'm going to have a lot of Aquarius. Don't apply this to just gas. Empty means you ain't even near. You an hour away from the next electric servicing center. Okay? And I have lived that life one time. And baby, they was about to have to come and rescue me from the side of the road a couple times. All right? Now, why? And metaphorically, Aquarius may be doing that with money, energy, food, supplies, emotional capacity, time, resources, preparation. Why do you keep letting something become an emergency when you had the resources to prevent the emergency in the first place? That's the question. The next download came, you're getting clarity right now. Lots of it. If you weren't in the beginning of the month, maybe it's starting to come at the middle of this month, but lots of clarity right now. Towards this latter portion, anyway. Things are becoming clear. Things you were searching. See how they tried to reverse that one? Pay attention while I'm talking. Things are becoming clear. Things you were searching for is being clarified. Things you weren't even looking for are being clarified. But if you're in tune with your spirit guides, that qualifier matters. You may finally understand why somebody left, why somebody showed up, why somebody got blocked, why a boundary formed, why an opportunity didn't happen, why another opportunity is happening, why somebody actually is. And remember, life has also been setting boundaries for Aquarius because Aquarius may not have been setting them for them damn self. All the right boundaries with all the right people haven't been being set. So Spirit is doing it for you. And you start with the Queen of Pentacles. Generous energy in the past, caring, comforting, welcoming, sensible, kind partner, homebody, nurturing, abundance, and stability. Okay, so that's my first pull. In the past, maybe you met this person. All right, someone who was generous, caring, comforting, welcoming, sensible, kind, homebody, nurturing, abundant, stability. Now, although I didn't think we were coming here for love, that could be a Taurus, Capricorn, or I'm sorry, I had to say that, y'all. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but they be loving on y'all. And I say y'all, I'm trying not to put myself in there, but us. Okay. In the present that didn't want to, oh, I love that this is people. Well, two of the three, potentially a third. The Emperor, stability in the present, authority in the present, control, protection, discipline, father figure, heavy, structure, divine masculine. So if this is not a relationship, this could be energy around just people who are around you at this time that this is where maybe boundaries are being set on your um, behalf when it comes to this father figure energy, and maybe even this caring person. Maybe this is a mother. Maybe this is your parents. But nonetheless, a support system. Okay, this is where you're getting potential clarity, but also this is probably where you're getting the help from when it comes to the stability, authority, control, protection, and those boundaries that you are not able to always set. Another big message for us this month was shut the fuck up. Sorry, I had to come out that blunt, but that's how they told me. I'm just sharing it, okay? And so this is number 8. I'm gonna probably pause y'all, yeah, and come back to finish them because I'm gonna finish off after Aquarius and come back and do the last 4 because I have a late morning, have a dentist appointment this morning, so I can come back and I want to just pin this because we're doing real well. But it is running, especially with me doing more than the normal 12 into my morning routine. So the Emperor Aquarius, if this is not a person, this is what Spirit is doing on your behalf. This is the stability, authority, general protection, control, discipline, and the divine masculine. Just maybe your spirit guides, the masculine side is working on in your defense. Future energy, Page of Pentacles. Out of all these cards, that's when things become what I would say a little bit more new. Loyal, faithful, goal-oriented, consistent, ambitious, diligent, planner, young, soul, dependable, grounded, studious. Listen, let's take everybody else out the equation and let's say that this is just you. You have gone from this very caring and comforting energy, welcoming energy nonetheless, right? Spirit has asked you to go into more of this stable position in the present, control, protection, discipline, right? And then move into more of this loyal, faithful, goal-oriented, and consistent behaviors, diligent. So this is about you. If you want to apply this to love, you can say that you have someone or have had someone generous, caring, comforting, and welcoming, nurturing, and abundant. And currently they're showing up very stable. They have control, protection, discipline. They've helped you stay in this. This is the person who's helped you with, like that bumper car image of making sure you stay within the lines of where you're supposed to be on your journey, right? Could be a father figure, but could be a significant other. If you are a man looking at this is most definitely a father figure. If you're a woman, could be a relationship. Not to say that this, as a man, can't be a relationship as well, but that would say that your significant other is the one exuding more of the divine masculine. And Aquarius are in the masculine sign, so that authority you've allowed to come from someone else. in a present position, and that looks good for us. Okay. I can't remember what I love readings were specifically about. I like usually to disconnect from those. Money did look well or good. It did say we have opportunities of multiple streams, but that also looked like on a bad side that there could be multiple setbacks if things weren't disciplined and structured, right? So when it comes to money, which there is two pentacles here, there does look to be some discipline happening. But the overall connection here is that I think y'all have been being quiet on the creek, and that's been working for you. Interesting. So this is going to be the end of my read for the first part one, which is the first 8 signs. 9, 10, 11, 12 is going to come back next. Should be about a good 30, 45 minutes. I'm going to go get the kiddo ready for school. I have a dentist appointment today because y'all don't know I am talking to you guys through pain meds and everything because I might have to go and get a root canal done on the right side. It's swollen. If you listen, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Okay. But so I'm glad I'm able to come. That's not why I didn't come Monday and Tuesday because we just didn't have nothing else to do. I am actually starting to record our September readings because all of those are not going to come live. Those are only going to come live for those who are in my top based on all of what I just posted general love, readings, career, money, wealth, and everything, right? And this reading is going to make me see who came through and stood. And I can go through, which I will do, the two readings, part one and part two, and see who was there presently, who commented, who engaged, the statistics on the back end. Does show me those things. So I am able to see, okay, Aquarius, y'all pulled through finally. Finally, well, and then left at the end of your reading. But I will say this. I'm appreciative because I am only going to be posting probably the top 3 or 4 readings live next month for September. The rest of them are we going to be pre-recorded and posted at the daily schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at the same time. But every morning, Monday through Thursday, you can expect to see me live for at least one of your top 3 to 4 signs for the month prior. All right. So this is your first half of our Gumbo Pot Tarot readings for the month of August, guys. This is the what we have left over, the downloads, the stuff, right? But this is part one. We still have a part 2 to go. So stay tuned. We'll be back in the next hour, hour and a half. Gotta go pick up a grocery order, and then I'll be back. Oh, today is also my walk morning, so it'll probably be about 9-ish. I'm going to the track. So, in closing, we're shutting the kitchen down. All right, let me cleanse the space and bless it. Because we prayed before and after we eat our gumbo. All right, turn the fire off is what our message is for this gumbo pot. The gumbo pot is done. Well, but we gotta, if we having it slow cook, we gotta turn it down before we come to part 2. I don't want nothing to burn up while we're gone. All right. So the gumbo pot is done, and apparently some of y'all came in hungry as hell. Jim and I brought in enough ingredients. Did we even get to them yet? I can't say all this in my closing because guess what? We got more shit. So y'all stay tuned with part 2 because Jim and I haven't even come up, and despite me thinking they would have been in the top 8, they got the most tea and juice to put in the fucking gumbo. Okay, because they brought enough ingredients for a family reunion. That's what Spirit said. Scorpio came in pretending they weren't hungry while secretly starving. Aquarius drove to the kitchen on E with money sitting in their pockets. Pisces brought a contract to dinner. And Capricorn brought somebody they probably shouldn't have invited. Have we gotten to them yet? Oh, shit. Sagittarius told me I rushed the damn recipe. And Libra, Taurus, and Cancer Spirit basically said they already got leftovers in the refrigerator. Tell them warm that shit up. Okay? They don't need nothing else. All right? And that is exactly what the gumbo pot is supposed to be. This is not another round of 12 full readings. This is the stuff that wouldn't stop bubbling after the original readings were already finished. Some messages needed 10 more minutes. Some needed 1 sentence. Some apparently needed absolutely nothing else said. And I'm leaving it exactly like that. Now listen, this kitchen only makes gumbo once a month. Although we're going to come back for a second part today because of just timing. I'm going to come a lot earlier next month so we don't have to put no part 1, part 2. I want to be done with it. We're not cooking this every damn week. All right. This is our mid to late month check-in where we gather everything Spirit kept dropping, throw it in one pot, stir it up, and see what still needs to be served. And anything coming through after this, baby, that's September's groceries or the next month's groceries. I'm not putting any more August shit in this pot. So if your message hit, Go back and watch your full August general love or money career reading because there's probably context waiting for you there. If it didn't, leave that shit in somebody else's bowl. And if your sign ranked lower than you wanted this month, well, you know what to do. Watch, like, engage, come back because next month's gumbo order is going to tell on y'all again. Until next month's pot, the kitchen is closed. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other placements, and baby, don't come knocking on this kitchen door asking for seconds until September. Love and light. I'll see you guys next video. Now somebody come wash these damn dishes because I it's too much. I gotta clean up and get ready for the kids to go to school, and then I gotta come back and do a part two, and it's just all